Recording.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are sharing with you our final year project presentation, Denoising Medical Images Using Convolutional Neural Network, which is supervised under Mr. Vineet Kumar and is a team of 4 people, Shivangi Shukla, Ashutosh Kumar, Apurva Nanda and Ayush Sharma. Uh, Shivangi Shukla, will be presenting you the introduction of denoising of medical images using convolutional neural network. We choose convolutional neural network for the denoising of medical images because day by day the patient data is increasing and there is a huge research challenge which has been imposed on medical researchers. So machine learning is a great technique when it comes to image based diagnosing, but we are using convolutional neural network because it have multi level perceptrons, which usually implies that one layer is fully connected to the other layer. So it is a overfitting model and it can be used widely for this purpose. We are using two layers in it, ReLU layer and a pooling layer. ReLU layer is an abbreviation of rectified linear activation layer, and which is used for non-saturating activation function. Another layer is a pooling layer, and it is used for partitioning the input image into set of non overlapping rectangles so that we can downsample our input data. So further, I would like to call Ashutosh, sorry, for explaining the literature survey we have done in this project.
Okay, so thank you, Shivangi, for the introduction. And so quickly moving towards our index part, we are having introduction, then literature survey, problem statement, then what type of methodology we use, it means use cases, GFD and ER diagram. Then quickly we will be moving to our feasibility study module, what software and hardware we require, and then we will conclude by giving a presentation of our model, what we have made. Okay, so as introduction is that what medical image is and what denoising means denoising means we have to remove the unwanted noises from the medical image so that the screen could become much clearer. Okay, so we are using various types of tools and machineries as you can see in our medical lines for taking the x-ray of the patients, but you can see that there are certain noises because of which we cannot see the clearer image. So it is just an step for the enhancement in medical science to propose a model so that we could get a clear image. Okay, so quickly moving towards our literature survey. So various literature survey has been done, various papers has been read to give you an enhanced model that could be better and that has not been performed previously. Okay, so we are having our first title of the paper, which is multi-view image denoising using convolutional neural network. Here we used the convolutional neural network model and we use 3D FIS. So in basic terms or in layman terms, if I have to make you understand this, that means we take the image, we segregated the image into different parts, and we check it that how much noising factor is present there, and then we combine that images to form a one image, which is the residual image. So we are having here residual learning also. We train the model with supervised learning also, but in this paper the author present no exceptions, means that paper was quite good. Okay, so moving towards our next research paper, we are having an overview of deep learning in medical image focusing on MRI. Okay, so here we just quickly cover that what types of noises are there. We are having different types of models also, linear model and non-linear model. So as to what type of noises are there, what filters we have to use to remove that noises, this has all been covered in a second research paper. So it also gave us a great extent that what noises we could use, what filters we could use. The third was the one of the most important paper which became the cornerstone of our project, which was the Oriental Journal of Computer Science and Technology. That the author was Indians only, which are Nalin Kumar and Ms. M. Nachamai. So this research paper which we have wrote on this project has been derived majorly from this third research paper only. the research paper consists of linear models, non-linear models, as well as different noise which could be favorably removed with linear model and non-linear models, and types of filters to be used. So basically we move towards linear model only, being a computer science student. So if we would have opted electrical or electronics engineering, then we would be moving towards non-linear model. So this was the basic difference that has been covered in this paper. Okay, now moving towards fourth research paper, we are having medical image using convolutional denoising encoders. So our proposed model, the diagrammatic model, has been derived from this research paper, which was medical image using convolutional neural network, which will be furtherly explained. Okay, so our fifth title is image denoising techniques and overview. That also gave us the different denoising technique that has been existed in the past and what new could be made in it, on what is the scope and the research area to research and work further on this. Okay, and the last paper was an extensive review of significant researches on medical denoising techniques. So it gives the different researchers what they have made in different denoising models and what was its review. So this all research paper has been put into a chronological order, preferably from descending order only, and every research paper is having their own results and limitations. So these six papers were the major research papers which became the cornerstone of our project. Then quickly moving towards the findings, the gaps, as well as what new we have find. So in real life medical images, we are having different types of noises, because of which we are not getting the clearer images. So we require a framework that should not be bulk in size. It should be a compressive framework, so that it could work in software related terms. Because if we talk about greater machineries, we have to reduce the greater machineries into more compact form. Okay, so this was the great challenges which we have. That's why we do not use. We were having many options to use, but that was the main thing because of which we chose our data mining or artificial intelligence machines and tools to make, because we require a much comprehensive model. So this was a major gap between the previous denoising methods and this denoising method. Okay, so we were not having any data sets, but yet we managed to find one data set over which we have research or made our project. We were not having different types of data sets, but you know, with one data set we carried out our predictions much successfully. Okay, so now I think Apurva will going to start the presentation. Now over to you, Apurva.
Thank you, Ashutosh. So, as per our research, we found that there are various problems which exist in denoising of images. So, as you can see, the first one is that as the patient data is increasing constantly, and therefore it is very difficult to detect the disease at an earlier stage. So, if we can diagnose and detect it at an earlier stage, it will be good. Secondly, the images, like the images which we get from X-ray, CT scan, all these they contain information which is of the body parts which are corrupted by noise. And if it is corrupted by noise, then it becomes difficult to denoise them, right? So we need a method to denoise them. So the process of interpreting the image is quite a tedious job. So therefore we need some accurate method by which we can improve the current state of denoising. So therefore, talking about the problem solution, what we have done is we have created a convolution neural network model, which is based on which is a very appropriate, very good machine learning model. And the reason why we chose CNN is because it gives us the current state of architecture of any of the image processing task. So here we have used several filters, like we have passed the image through filters like conversion 2D layer, then max pull 2D, then we have done upsampling, and basically we have denoised, we have removed two particular noises from our from the model. That is, first is the Poisson's noise, and second is the Gaussian noise. And because they both depend on the nature of light. So talking about the proposed methodology, here as you can see, we have passed through different layers. Now I would like to call Ayush for further explanation.
Okay. Please, next slide, Ashutosh. Next slide. Please go to next slide.
So one thing to be noted here is that total we have used 64 filters, and through that filters we have trained the model so that it will pass through all the layers using the conversion 2D layer. And
Okay, so Ayush, do you want this slide?
No, hardware and software technologies.
Okay.
Used. DFD is explained by Apurva.
okay. So here, as you can see, this is the data flow diagram of our proposed model, where we have shown that how this is a zero level DFD, in which we have shown how the image which is corrupted by noise, which has noise, and that if we are passing it through a medical image denoising technique, by which we are denoising the image. Coming to the first level DFD, next slide. Here we have shown that how the denoised image, when it is passed with the help of the image processing, we have denoised the image using the deep neural network. As I said, that using the machine, we have made a machine learning model, and we have we have used CNN, and there we have also used the auto encoders, and we have denoised the image. So as to reduce the dimensional reduction, we have done the auto encoders. We have used it. Next slide. Here we have shown that how the deep neural network, we have used the rectilinear linear array, that is the ReLU layer, and through that we have actually taken an image, and then we have used the feature map, and how we have done all the portion that will be explained if it will be clear with the if you see the coding part.
Okay, Ayush, now you can start.
We are using, as we know, CNN module, convolutional neural network. It is an artificial neural network popularly used for analyzing images, also images analysis widely used for CNN. Other data analysis can also be done by CNN. CNN has hidden layer, which is also known as convolutional layer. It is also have some non-convolutional layer, but the basics of CNN is convolutional layer that we use in our model. And the convolutional layer, it receives input, then transforms the input into some way and next to the next layer. The layer that are used to detect pattern with each layer have to specify number of filters layer should have. CNN is also computationally effective. It uses spatial convolution and pooling operation and performs parameter sharing. This enables CNN modules to run on any device, make them universally attractive. Next slide. Ashutosh, next slide. TensorFlow. It is an open source library for neural, computational, and large scale machine learning processes. Most of the companies like GE Healthcare using TensorFlow to training a neural network to identify specific autonomy during brain MRI scan to help improve speed and reliability. From TensorFlow, we use Keras library for higher level of APIs that we use in our model, which we discuss further. Next slide. Okay, NumPy. NumPy, as we know, it is a Python library used for working with arrays, with which stands for numerical Python. It is a library consisting of a multi-dimensional layers, objects, and a collection of routines for processing those arrays. Using NumPy, mathematical and logical operation on array can be performed. Okay, next slide. Matplotlib. Matplotlib is a plotting library in which we use our model for the graph preparations for Python programming language, and makes use of NumPy for making 2D plots in our model and code. From data in array, we used Matplotlib. By the help of plots, we can easily understand the correlation and patterns, and also the loss of the data during the processes. Next slide. Seaborn. Seaborn, it is a Python data visualization library based on Matplotlib. It is Here is some of the functionality that Seaborn offers: a data set oriented APIs for examining relationship between multiple variables, provide a focus for drawing attractive patterns and graphs, and convenient views onto the overall structure. Keras. Keras is a, as we know, Keras is a Python library for deep learning that run on the top of the TensorFlow. That's why it is called a higher level API. It runs on Python 2.7 or 3.5 and can seamlessly execute on GPUs. And given the underlying frameworks, it is released under the permissive of the licenses. As we discuss further, Matplotlib, Python, Anaconda, Navigator, Jupyter Notebook, these are the libraries which and software technologies which we used in our model. Because Jupyter Notebook is only used for containing the small amount of data and processing of a small amount of data for machine learning processes. That's why we use Google Colab in our model.
Okay. Ayush, can you show us the code?
Yeah, sure. This is our module. TensorFlow, as we discussed further, we imported Matplotlib for graphs, NumPy for array distributions. OS is the operating system we have used. Seaborn, TensorFlow, Keras, API which we use. CV2, OpenCV2 is an open source library in which we use our model. This is 2 data sets which we use our model, containing 322 number of images in the data sets. mkdir, it makes new directory by name images. By name of images, it makes new directory which contains 322 number of images.
So basically, this is our data set.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so what findings we did here is that as you can see in many of the hospitals, we are having a big machineries for examining and they're taking out the X-rays. So that was called a non-linear model, that is basically made on electronics and or electrical part. But as far being a computer science student, as far being our stream and a software developer, we used to make a much compressive network, much compressive framework for this. So we chose Python Matplot library to make it into a software basis project. So this is the linear model, not a non-linear model. That's why it will going to take less memory and less space, as well as its functioning will be refined as further we will be moving into our project. Okay, now over to you, Ayush.
Okay. Now the function is created: load data, removes the unuseful data and divide the data into training and testing. Into training by using for loops and if conditions, the data is split into 60% training and 40% into testing data set. Behind that goes to the testing. The load data, after data is called, the defining function load data is called the data set. Now, the data generator name is created under which the class is created. The function are created for adding the noise, rescale the images, data to 255 pixels and reshape the image into 624 multiplied by 64 and row and columns. These are known as row and columns. 64 multiplied by 64 matrices. The reshape function in NumPy convert the images to matrix form. And here 64 1 is also known as row and column, and one is in this is known as axis. Now, for adding the noise, we are using two functions. First, add noise and then Poisson noise. The random value is generated for adding the noise. This is known as random value generator.
We're actually taking a Gaussian number, random number from the Gaussian distribution.
Yeah. Now, as we know, the yield function is similar to the return function in Python that we use in our model. This is the splitting of data 64% and 40% remaining testing data. This is our function, column and rows. Now, the cliff function is also used here to limit the values in an array or NumPy. Values 0 and 1 are defined, which specify value smaller than 0 become 0 and larger than 1 become 1. Now, the main part of our code is the autoencoder generator and the layers. Convolution 2D layer is used in our structure to create a convolutional kernel that is convolutional with layers input to produce a tensor of output. The first layer contains 64% filter and the size 3 by 3, height and width. The 3 by 3 is known as height and width, followed by activation function ReLU. The ReLU rectified linear activation function overcomes the and vanishing the gradient problems, allow models to learn faster and perform better. It used in our model because it's the default activation function for the CNN. And here padding is same so that the size of output images is same of the input images. Next, pooling 2D layer is similar to downsampling, in which it is used to conserve memory and training done on low data set. Similarly, 2 by 3 layer will work followed by maxpool 2D layer. Now encoding done. As we know, in C autoencoder, the encoding and decoding two part is done. Now encoding is finished and we are moving further to decoding part. For decoding, we use upsampling. This is upsampling 2D layer which repeats the row and column of the data. Similarly, there are 64 number of filters and 3 by 3 followed by same padding activation function ReLU that I explain further. Now the complete summary is displayed here, and here the number of epochs. These are the number of epochs.
Number of iterations are being performed here.
Yeah, epochs are specified already up to 10. So number of epochs, that is iteration done up to 10 number 10. And here the plot we are created by the use of Seaborn and Matplotlib library. Here the loss data, the loss plot is drawn between training and validation data to visualize the model performance. The validation loss and the training loss both are in sync. It shows that our model is not overfitting. The validation loss is decreasing and not increasing. The validation loss is decreasing, not increasing. Both the noise and denoise images are displayed, and grid function is used to display into grid format. This is the grid function. This is the grid function we are used. Now the structure similarity index for measuring image quality is also used. After the training and testing of the data and import of the data, applying of various types of algorithm and noise data, images filter. Both the noise and denoise image are displayed, and grid function is used to display grid format. As you can see that the image is displayed in grid format. Now the structure similarity index for measuring image quality is also used, SSIM. The original image quality is compared with denoise image, and the output predicted is this 0.38129. This is our output prediction. Okay. Now I'm going forward to Shivangi.
So the code has been explained by Ayush very well. As we can see here, the Poisson noise has been introduced. We are using Poisson noise and Gaussian noise specifically, as already elaborated by Apurva, that because these both noise are associated with luminous light or electrical charges, which are specifically introduced when we are using medical images or when we are going for medical images, because our medical equipments are basically electronic equipments. As explained by Abhishek, Ashutosh, sorry, that we are using linear part of the project because we are doing it with the code and Python, not the non-linear part, because as we are not from the electrical or electronic branch. That's why we are using convolutional neural network, as it's a class of deep learning, and it is very much good for image-based visual analyzation. So we are using CNN for it. Hence, the whole project presentation can be concluded as it's very much required for a future use, that we need to think more and more about a linear part of development for the project. And as we have done only for Gaussian and Poisson noise, so we can do much more for impulsive noises and for quantized noises for as well, which will require further research for it. We have also focused on several methods for image denoising in non-linear domain, but we have specifically given this presentation about the linear part. Every method has its own performance measure, and in its problem domain, we have fulfilled with all the requirements which was required, and the result output prediction was proposed to be 0.3912, which is quite good. More future work and more examining has have a flexibility here still, so we can do more into it, so to produce a better optimum solution. Thank you for joining us in this project presentation.
Okay, so thank you very much everyone from my side also. Hope everyone will going to like our project presentation, and so anyone else want to say something? Okay, so then so thank you everyone who is going to see this, and hope you will going to like our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you.